Imagine if I told you that in the state of Oregon, you can still buy a real house, not an empty lot without utilities, not a half-collapsed shed, but a fully livable home, starting at around $59,000. And no, these are not tiny cabins sitting on a few square feet of land. In this video, you'll see properties with 2 acres, 14 acres, and even nearly 20 acres of land. Homes with history, properties with space, places where you can raise animals, grow your own food, or simply enjoy a quiet life away from dense neighborhoods and city noise. Today, I'm going to show you 10 real properties. We'll start with the most expensive one, around $275,000, and gradually work our way down in price. And trust me, the further we go down the list, the more interesting things become. Many people think of Oregon as an expensive state, and in some ways, that's true. If you look at the most popular cities, housing prices there can be very high. But outside of those overheated markets, there are completely different opportunities: small towns, rural communities, and historic homes with land that cost a fraction of the price. Every property in this video is a real listing. I spent time searching for homes with real potential, places that offer land, space, a low price per square foot, and the possibility to either live comfortably or invest for the future. Some of these homes are perfect for homesteading. Others are great for a quiet life in a small community. And one of the properties near the end of this list might be the most affordable entry into the Oregon real estate market that you can find right now. So make sure you watch until the end, because as we move down the list, the prices keep dropping, and the final property might be something most people simply don't expect to see in this state. This is a look at 10 affordable homes in Oregon. Real land, real houses, real opportunities. Let's begin. Architectural elements from the early 1900s. Upstairs are the main bedrooms, each large enough to be used not only as bedrooms, but also as offices, guest rooms, or creative studios. Outside, the property sits on a city lot with its own yard, offering space for a garden, seating area, or small vegetable patch. There is also enough space for parking or additional small outbuildings if needed. The neighborhood is a quiet residential street with other homes from a similar historical period. Another advantage is the location. Downtown is only a few minutes away, meaning shops, cafes, and services are easily accessible. Overall, this property could be an interesting option for someone looking for a large home at an affordable price and who is willing to invest some effort into updating the interior. And with that, our list of affordable homes with land and history in Oregon comes to an end. As you may have noticed, even in today's real estate market, it is still possible to find homes with character, space, and land for prices well below the national average, especially if you are willing to look towards smaller towns and rural areas. Deal. Wait until you see the next property, because it's even cheaper and offers even more living space. Now we move to the next home on our list and travel to the small town of Baker City, located in eastern Oregon. Baker City is a historic town with a population of around 10,000 people, known for its classic Old West atmosphere. This region was once an important center of gold mining, and many buildings in the downtown area still preserve architecture from the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Today, the city combines a historic atmosphere with the relaxed lifestyle of a small community. There are schools, a hospital, supermarkets, small shops, cafes, and local restaurants. Despite its modest size, the city still offers the basic infrastructure needed for comfortable living. One of the most famous landmarks here is the Geyser Grand Hotel, built in 1889, which is considered one of the architectural gems of the region. Baker City also attracts people who enjoy outdoor activities. The city is located near the Elk Horn Mountains, where residents can enjoy hiking, fishing, camping, and winter sports. Now let's look at the house. This property is priced at around $135,000, making it one of the more affordable options on today's list. The house is a classic two-story home built in the 1910s, offering around 2,000 square feet of living space, which is quite large for this price range. Inside, there are 4 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, making it a good option for a larger family or anyone who needs extra space. The main entrance leads into a spacious living room filled with natural light thanks to large windows. The ceilings are fairly high, which helps the space feel open and bright. Next is a separate dining room connected to the kitchen. The kitchen itself is fairly large and provides plenty of storage and workspace. Some parts of the house have already been updated, while other areas still preserve original details, such as wooden doors, staircases, and decorative elements. Upstairs, you'll find the main bedrooms, which are spacious enough to also function as offices, playrooms, or additional living areas. The house also includes a basement, which could be used for storage, a workshop, or other practical needs. Outside, the home sits on a spacious city lot with a backyard, where there is room for a garden, outdoor seating area, or small vegetable patch. There is also an additional outbuilding that could be used as a workshop, storage space, or garage. The neighborhood itself is a quiet residential street with other historic homes, and many residents have lived in the area for years. Another advantage is the close proximity to downtown, with shops, cafes, and essential services just a short drive away. Overall, this property could be a great option for someone looking for a large historic home at an affordable price and who is willing to invest some time into updates. Interestingly, the next property on our list returns to homes with larger land, where there will be significantly more space than within city limits. Now we move to the final home in today's list, located in the small but very scenic town of La Grande in northeastern Oregon. La Grande is a cozy town with around 13,000 residents, surrounded by beautiful natural landscapes. The city sits in the Grande Ronde Valley, and mountains surround it on all sides, creating a calm and scenic atmosphere. Despite its modest size, La Grande is considered an important regional center for this part of eastern Oregon. There is a hospital, a college, schools, supermarkets, cafes, restaurants, and many local services. One of the key institutions here is Eastern Oregon University, which gives the town a slightly more lively atmosphere compared to typical rural communities. The area is also attractive for people who enjoy living close to nature. Nearby are the Blue Mountains, offering hiking, camping, fishing, and winter sports. Now let's take a look at the property. This home is priced at around $120,000, making it the most affordable house on today's list, especially considering its size. The house was built in the early 20th century and offers around 2,100 square feet of living space, which is quite substantial for this price. Inside, there are 4 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, making it a comfortable option for a family or anyone who needs extra space. When you enter the home, you step into a spacious living room filled with natural light from large windows. The ceilings are relatively high, making the room feel open and comfortable. Nearby is a separate dining room connected to the kitchen, a layout typical of early 20th century homes that creates a warm atmosphere for family dinners and gatherings. The kitchen provides good storage and workspace, and also offers room for modernization if desired. Some parts of the home still preserve original historical details, including wooden features, staircases, and may be important for buyers considering rural mortgage programs. The kitchen includes modern appliances as well as a spacious pantry, making it practical for everyday cooking and storage. The rooms throughout the house are fairly large and well lit thanks to big windows. The layout also makes it easy to adapt the space for different needs: additional bedrooms, a home office, or guest rooms. One feature that adds both comfort and efficiency is a pellet stove, which provides additional heating during the colder months. This type of heating is common in rural homes because it is economical and works well for larger spaces. Now let's talk about the land. The home sits on about 0.36 acres, which is smaller than the previous property, but still provides enough outdoor space for everyday use. A lot this size also means less maintenance, which can be a big advantage for buyers who do not want to spend a lot of time taking care of a large property. There is still enough room for a small garden, outdoor seating area, storage space, and vehicle parking. Another advantage is that the property has no HOA, meaning the owner will not need to pay monthly association fees or follow strict community regulations. From a value perspective, this property offers a very low price per square foot, making it one of the most interesting deals on this list. Essentially, this is a great option for buyers who want maximum living space for minimal money. And if 2,600 square feet for $167,000 already sounds surprising, wait until you see the next property. Because the next home on our list is located in a different city, offers an even lower price, and is located in a fully developed town with complete infrastructure. Now we leave the small rural town of Heppner and move to a larger and more well-known place in eastern Oregon. Our next property is located in the city of Pendleton, which offers a completely different level of infrastructure compared to the previous locations. Pendleton is a historic city with a population of around 17,000 people. Unlike many of the smaller towns we looked at earlier, Pendleton offers full city infrastructure, including hospitals, major grocery stores, schools, restaurants, service companies, and government offices. The city is also known for its cultural events and historic downtown district. One of the most famous events here is the annual Pendleton Roundup Rodeo, which attracts thousands of visitors from across the country. The economy of Pendleton is quite diverse, including agriculture, manufacturing, education, healthcare, and tourism. Because of this, the city offers more job opportunities than many other small towns in eastern Oregon. From a safety perspective, Pendleton is considered a fairly stable city for its size. Like any city, different neighborhoods vary, but many residential areas remain quiet and comfortable. Life here combines the convenience of a small city with the atmosphere of a rural region. Residents can enjoy full city infrastructure while still being just minutes away from open natural landscapes. The climate in this part of Oregon is also drier than in the western part of the state. Summers are warm and sunny, while winters are cool with cold nights, which is typical for eastern Oregon. Now let's look at the house itself. This property is a two-story historic home priced at around $150,000. For a city with full infrastructure, this is already quite an attractive price. The house was built in the early 20th century and offers about 1,900 square feet of living space. Inside, there are 3 bedrooms and 1 full bathroom. The layout follows a traditional design with a separate living room, dining room, and family room, creating a comfortable division of space. High ceilings and large rooms give the house a spacious feel, and many interior elements still preserve the historical character of the home. The kitchen and main living areas are already functional for everyday use. The house also includes an unfinished basement, which could be used for storage or other practical purposes. Upstairs, the bedrooms are spacious and could easily be adapted for a home office, guest rooms, or additional living space. Now, let's take a look at the property. The home sits on a private city lot that includes its own yard and a detached 2-car garage. which is a big advantage for homes in this price range. Another benefit is the location. The house is located about a 3-minute walk from Museum Park, making the neighborhood pleasant and convenient for walks. There is no HOA, and the surrounding area remains quiet and residential. Overall, this property stands out from many of the previous homes on our list. Instead of rural homes with land, here we have a full city home with historical character and a large amount of living space at an affordable price. But if $150,000 for a large home in a city already sounds like a good deal, now we stay in the same part of Oregon, but move to another small town that hides several interesting opportunities for people looking for affordable real estate. Our next property is located in the town of Heppner, a small rural community with a population of around 1,300 people. It is a quiet town surrounded by rolling hills and wide-open landscapes in north-central Oregon. Despite its small size, the town still offers the essentials for everyday life. There is a grocery store, a school, medical services, small local businesses, and community services that allow residents to live comfortably without constantly traveling to larger cities. For bigger shopping trips, work opportunities, or additional medical services, residents usually drive to the city of Hermiston, which is about an hour away. Hermiston is a larger regional center with a population of around 19,000 people, offering large supermarkets, hospitals, shopping centers, and more employment opportunities. The economy of Heppner is mainly connected to agriculture, ranching, public services, and various local professions. Many residents work in farming or operate their own small agricultural businesses. From a safety perspective, towns like this are generally very calm. Crime rates are relatively low, and residents often know each other well, which creates a strong sense of community. Life here is simple and peaceful. People choose places like this because they want more space, more quiet, and a closer connection to nature. The town is surrounded by open hills and rural landscapes, and dense city development is almost non-existent. The climate here is also drier than in western Oregon. Summers are usually warm and sunny, while winters are cool and sometimes snowy, which is typical for the inland regions of the state. Now let's take a look at the property itself. This home is priced at just under $200,000 and sits on about 2.43 acres of land. For a property located within a town, this is quite a large lot and gives the owner much more freedom in how the land can be used. The house was built in 1959 and offers approximately 871 square feet of living space on a single level. Inside, there are 2 bedrooms and 1 full bathroom. Despite its compact size, the layout is practical and comfortable. Inside, you'll find a cozy living room, a functional kitchen equipped with a dishwasher and a freestanding stove, as well as a separate laundry area, which is a nice bonus for a home of this size. The flooring throughout the house is a combination of carpet and vinyl. While the interior could benefit from some updates, the space already feels warm and livable. The living and dining areas flow naturally into each other, creating an open and convenient space for everyday life. Natural light enters the home nicely, and the layout allows for relatively easy cosmetic improvements that could significantly increase comfort and value. However, one of the most important features of this property is the land itself. The 2.43-acre lot is fully usable and provides plenty of space for a garden, a small farm, animals, or additional outbuildings. There is also a large outbuilding on the property that could be used as a workshop, storage space, garage, or even a creative studio. This adds a lot of extra functionality to the property. The property has no HOA, and annual property taxes remain relatively low, making long-term ownership more affordable. Overall, This home offers an interesting combination of affordable price, usable land, and improvement potential in a quiet small town in Oregon. But if you like the idea of owning a home with land for less than $200,000, don't go anywhere, because the next property on our list is located in the same town but offers much more living space for an even lower price. We remain in Heppner because this small town actually hides more than one interesting opportunity in the real estate market, and the next property clearly shows that. Unlike the previous property, where the land was the main value, here the situation is a little different. This time, the main value is the house itself and its size. More rooms, more space, and a much larger home, while the price still remains very affordable. Let's take a closer look. This home is priced at around $167,900, making it one of the most affordable houses of this size, not only in this town, but also in many other parts of Oregon. The house was originally built in 1902, and despite its age, it offers an impressive 2,600 square feet of living space, spread across 2 floors. Inside, there are 4 bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms, which is already quite rare in this price range. The layout is fairly traditional and functional. The house includes a separate living room, family room, and dining room, creating a convenient separation of spaces for different daily activities. The kitchen has already been updated and meets USDA standards, and secured with a gate, providing extra privacy and security. There is also plenty of space for RVs, farming equipment, animals, and additional buildings. Horses are allowed on the property, and the agricultural zoning opens even more possibilities for land use. Another important point is that there is no HOA, meaning there are no extra rules or mandatory fees. When you have almost 20 acres of land, barely visible neighbors, and nothing but nature around you, it creates a completely different level of freedom and privacy. And if you think 20 acres for $250,000 is already impressive, don't go anywhere, because the next property on our list is even more affordable. Now we move to the eastern part of Oregon, where the landscapes become more open and small. Historic towns still preserve the atmosphere of the old American West. Our next property is located in the town of Prairie City. This is a small and friendly town with a population of around 900 people. Despite its size, the town still offers the basics needed for daily life: a school, small shops, local services, and community facilities. For larger shopping trips, medical care, or more job opportunities, residents usually drive about 15 minutes to the nearby town of John Day, where you can find hospitals, supermarkets, government offices, and more employment options. The local economy is based mainly on agriculture, ranching, forestry, tourism, and small family businesses. From a safety standpoint, Prairie City is considered a very peaceful and safe place. In towns like this, neighbors often know each other well, and serious crime remains quite low. The town is located near the Strawberry Mountains, making the area ideal for outdoor activities like hiking, fishing, hunting, camping, and exploring nature. The climate here is different from Western Oregon. Winters are colder and snowier, while summers are warm and dry. Now let's take a look at the house. This property is a cozy cottage-style home priced at around $210,000. The house was built in 1951 and offers about 864 square feet of living space on a single level. Inside, there are 2 bedrooms and 1 full bathroom. Despite the compact size, the layout is efficient and functional. One charming feature of the home is the beautifully restored wooden floors, which add warmth and character typical of mid-century homes. The living room feels cozy and inviting, with a classic wood-burning fireplace serving as a central feature and an additional heat source during winter. The dining area connects to the outside through modern French doors, leading to a small private patio, a perfect place for morning coffee or relaxing evenings outdoors. The kitchen is simple and practical, equipped with a standalone kitchen setup, modern appliances, and a compact washer and dryer. The bedrooms are not very large, but are comfortable and functional for a home of this size. Outside, the property includes a fenced backyard that could be used for gardening, a small vegetable garden, or a relaxation area. There is also a detached garage with a concrete floor, making it ideal for storing a vehicle, tools, or even creating a workshop. Another advantage is RV or boat parking, accessible through a rear alley and secured gate. The property has no HOA, and the location offers views of the town and surrounding mountains. Overall, this home stands out as an affordable and move-in ready option in a beautiful small town in eastern Oregon. It's a great fit for someone looking for a simple lifestyle, a cozy home, and a strong sense of local community. But if you think $210,000 is already a great price, wait until you see the next property, because the price drops even further and the opportunities become even more interesting. Life here is closely connected with nature. The area is surrounded by forests, rolling hills, and small rivers, creating a very scenic landscape. It's an ideal place for outdoor activities such as walking, fishing, hiking, or simply enjoying quiet evenings on your own land. The climate here is slightly drier than in the coastal regions of western Oregon. Summers are usually warm and sunny, while winters are cool but relatively mild. This type of climate also makes the region suitable for small farming, growing vegetables, and raising animals. Now let's take a look at the property itself. This home is priced at around $265,000 and sits on a 13.86-acre lot, which is almost 14 acres of land. The house was built in 1972 and offers about 1,056 square feet of living space across 2 levels. Inside, there are 3 bedrooms and 1 full bathroom. The main value of this property is clearly the land itself. The lot includes both open areas suitable for agriculture or animals, as well as wooded sections that create privacy and natural beauty. Along the edge of the property, there is a seasonal creek, which adds another natural feature and makes the landscape even more picturesque. The land also offers beautiful views of the valley and surrounding hills. The property includes a garage, a carport, and RV parking, making it convenient for storing vehicles, tools, or farming equipment. Inside, the home feels warm and cozy. One of the central features is a wood-burning stove and fireplace, which becomes the heart of the home during colder months and helps reduce heating costs. The layout is simple and practical, with separate areas for the living room, kitchen, and family room, making the home comfortable for daily life. Utilities include a private well, septic system, propane heating, and wood heating, which are typical for rural homes and provide a certain level of independence. The zoning also allows agricultural use and potential additional construction, creating opportunities for future development. The house is being sold as is, but for the right buyer, this could be a great opportunity to own nearly 14 acres of land with a home in a beautiful part of Oregon at a price that is becoming increasingly rare. But if you think 14 acres is already impressive, wait until you see the next property. Our next stop takes us further south to a truly rural area in the small community of Sprague River. This is a very small settlement in Klamath County, with a population of around 100 people. Life here moves at a completely different pace, calm, quiet, and far away from city stress. Naturally, infrastructure in the immediate area is minimal. However, essential services are still within reasonable driving distance. The small town of Bonanza is about 30 minutes away and offers basic stores, schools, and local services. A larger city, Klamath Falls, is about 40 minutes away and provides full hospitals, supermarkets, government offices, schools, and additional job opportunities. The local economy is largely based on agriculture, ranching, forestry, and government or service jobs in Klamath Falls. Many residents own land, raise animals, or operate small agricultural businesses. From a safety standpoint, areas like this are extremely quiet. Because of the low population density, the level of serious crime is very low. Life here represents true rural living. People choose places like this because they want space, independence, and privacy. Horseback riding, fishing, hunting, off-road driving, and working on your own land are all common parts of everyday life. The climate here is also different from Western Oregon. Winters are colder and often bring snow, while summers are warm and dry. This is more of a high desert climate, typical for inland regions of the state. Now let's take a look at the property. This home is built in a cabin style and is priced at around $250,000. It sits on 19.84 acres of land, which is almost 20 acres. The house was built in 1973 and offers approximately 1,457 square feet of living space on a single level. Inside, there are 2 bedrooms and 1 full bathroom. One of the most interesting features of this property is its semi-off-grid energy system. The home is equipped with solar panels, helping reduce electricity costs and providing backup energy. The house also uses propane heating and wood heating, which works very well for remote rural properties and increases independence from public infrastructure. Inside, the layout is simple and practical. The central feature of the interior is a wood-burning stove, which creates a warm atmosphere and serves as the main heat source during winter. Large windows allow plenty of natural light and offer views of the surrounding forest and natural landscape. Another interesting feature is a sunroom with a jacuzzi, where you can relax and enjoy nature without leaving the house. The entire property is fully fenced. Our first location on the list is in the small town of Sweet Home, located in the western part of the state of Oregon. It is a quiet and peaceful town with a population of around 10,000 people. Despite its small size, it has all the basic infrastructure needed for comfortable living: schools, grocery stores, medical clinics, gas stations, local cafes, and small family businesses. For larger shopping trips, work opportunities, or more specialized medical services, residents usually travel to the city of Albany, which is about a 30-minute drive away. A larger regional center, Eugene, is located roughly an hour from here and offers full urban infrastructure, including universities, major hospitals, shopping centers, and many job opportunities. The local economy has traditionally been connected to the timber industry, construction, small manufacturing, and service businesses. In recent years, more people have also been moving to this area while working remotely, thanks to reliable internet access and a lower cost of living compared to larger cities in the state. The lifestyle here is very different from city living. People choose this area because they value peace, nature, and open space. The region is surrounded by forests, rivers, and the foothills of the Cascade Mountains, making it an ideal location for fishing, hiking, camping, and other outdoor activities. From a safety perspective, the town is generally considered quite calm by state standards. In rural areas, the level of serious crime is low, although, like in most small towns, minor everyday incidents can still happen from time to time. The climate here is typical for Western Oregon, mild and relatively wet. Winters are usually cool and rainy, while summers are moderately warm and very green. Because of this climate, the surrounding nature stays lush and vibrant for most of the year. Now let's talk about the house itself. This property is a detached home priced at around $275,000. It sits on approximately 2.47 acres of land, which already provides much more space and privacy than a typical city property. The house was built in 1949 and offers about 1,300 square feet of living space spread across 2 levels. Inside, there are 3 bedrooms and 1 full bathroom. One of the most interesting features of this property is a small year-round creek that runs directly through the land. Natural features like this not only create a pleasant atmosphere, but can also add long-term value to the property. The property also includes a covered porch, a spacious sunroom, RV parking, a 2-car garage, and an additional carport. All of this makes the property very practical for everyday living. The house is connected to its own private well, septic system, and electrical service, which is typical for rural areas and allows the owner to be less dependent on city infrastructure. Another interesting detail is that the land zoning allows for additional development, including the possibility of building another home on a portion of the land across the road. This creates extra potential for investment or future expansion. The house is currently vacant and ready for a new owner to move in. At the same time, it has strong potential for cosmetic upgrades that could significantly increase its value. For anyone looking for a home with land, nature, and opportunities for future development, this property looks very attractive by Oregon real estate standards. But if you think this is already interesting, wait until you see the next property on our list. The next property is located in the city of Winston, in the southern part of Oregon. This is a small town with a population of just over 5,000 people. Despite its modest size, it has everything needed for everyday life: grocery stores, schools, medical clinics, gas stations, and various local services. For larger shopping centers, hospitals, or more job opportunities, residents only need to drive about 10 minutes to the city of Roseburg. This regional center has a population of around 25,000 people and offers major medical facilities, large stores, and more employment opportunities. The economy in this part of Oregon is traditionally connected to timber, agriculture, construction, and small family businesses. Many residents also work in nearby Roseburg or manage their own small farms and properties. From a safety perspective, Winston is considered a relatively calm place. The level of serious crime is fairly low, especially in the rural areas surrounding the town. Because of this, locations like this are often chosen by families, retirees, and people who want a slower and more peaceful lifestyle. Life here is closely connected with nature. The area is surrounded by forests, rolling hills, and small rivers, creating a very scenic landscape. It's an ideal place for outdoor activities such as walking, fishing, hiking, or simply enjoying quiet evenings on your own land. Architectural elements from the early 1900s. Upstairs are the main bedrooms, each large enough to be used not only as bedrooms, but also as offices, guest rooms, or creative studios. Outside, the property sits on a city lot with its own yard, offering space for a garden, seating area, or small vegetable patch. There is also enough space for parking or additional small outbuildings if needed. The neighborhood is a quiet residential street with other homes from a similar historical period. Another advantage is the location. Downtown is only a few minutes away, meaning shops, cafes, and services are easily accessible. Overall, this property could be an interesting option for someone looking for a large home at an affordable price and who is willing to invest some effort into updating the interior. And with that, our list of affordable homes with land and history in Oregon comes to an end. As you may have noticed, Even in today's real estate market, it is still possible to find homes with character, space, and land for prices well below the national average, especially if you are willing to look toward smaller towns and rural areas.